Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. I don't know when you guys will be watching this video, so whenever it would be, my request to you is just keep 10 minutes aside of your time, watch this video, sit back and take whatever comes in your way. So this is not one of my normal videos where I would pick up an issue and talk about its causes, the root causes, and then talk about its effects and what could be done. Today's video, I'm going to talk about something that is really, really dear to me, and that is the book I've written. Now, I'm going to talk about some key insights regarding this book. Now, you may ask me, for whom is this book actually? So, my target audience here is the millennial generation. Why? Because we all have been conditioned and compared in a particular way since childhood. Okay, we are told that we will be successful in our lives if we have a good car, if we have a good house, and if we have a good marriage, right? So that is our definition of success that has been imprinted on us. And since childhood, knowingly, unknowingly, our earlier generations have put this thought on our heads. And because of this, because of exactly this upbringing, somewhere or the other we've lost our way to keep our minds open regarding all the other things that come our way. So for example, when we all start our schooling, right, we all love how our schooling is, but the problem starts when there is an exam time, right? So when there are exams, people start studying, as if they have to score a lot, they have to score full marks in the subject, but nobody teaches you that you can fail too, right? Nobody teaches you how to bounce back from failure. And imagine if you would have failed one whole year during your schooling time, how would people look at you? How would the teachers look at you, right? So we are never taught as to how do we face failures in our life. And if you talk to any successful individual out there, you talk to Amitabh Bachchan, you talk to Oprah Winfrey, you talk to Colonel Sanders, you talk to anybody, their major lesson in life would be that they are there where they are because of their failures and not because of their successes. And we have been brought up, we have been conditioned, we have been compared throughout our lives. First, during schooling, when our marks come out, what do we do first? We first see how much our friends have got. And then that is what exactly the teachers as well do, right? And during your open days or open house, when your parents come, what do the teachers tell? Oh, this student has, got really good marks in this particular subject. You should ask him to see what he does at his house. So, and even if a student has a particular interest in areas other than study, for example, sports, right? They pursue it for some time, they really do well, they go to states, they go to nationals, and then what happens? You go down, you go back to study, you go back to doing your graduation, you go back to doing your post graduation, and then Naukri, and then retire. That's how it all happens. So we have been conditioned and compared in such a particular way. So what happens during summer vacations, right? So summer vacations पे क्या होता है? People come, families go for a vacation outside for a week or two, and then they just enjoy that, that vibe, that atmosphere that they are in currently. And what happens then, that particular child, the child tells, I want to do trekking, for example. I love nature, I want to do trekking, I would love doing trekking. And the parents will encourage that child, oh, that's wonderful, that's wonderful to hear, but that would be seen as a hobby. It will never be seen as a passion by a typical Indian parent. And what happens when after the vacation, when you come back to your house? You get back to the grind, get back to study, get back to getting marks, get back to being compared. And because the comparison has started at that level, we compare ourselves with others, our peers, throughout our lives, in the social environment, even in the company that we are living in, and whatnot, right? If you ask any child what he or she wants to become, what would the typical answer be? You want to become a pilot, they want to become a singer, they want to become an actor. Yes, and parents do encourage them. Arey wow, mera beta to Shahrukh Khan banega. But what happens really after that? 80% of the times, I would say 95% of the times, you get back to the job, get back to, telling what your parents or your grandparents would have told you, काम के यही life है, काम तो यही करना पड़ेगा हमें. So this is how all we've been conditioned and compared throughout our lives. Now, because of this, from a dreamer, we go back to being a satisfier. We try to satisfy our parents, we try to satisfy our grandparents, we want to prove a point to them because they have told this is how life is. Then we want to prove to ourselves that we are just that one step ahead from our peers because that's where the comparing game has started from. And then what happens? You get almost everything in life, but then you're never satisfied. Now, is this how you want to live your life? Is my question to you. Then what happens? You go to college, you do your graduation or you do your post graduation. Then what happens? You go for a trip with them, a simple trip with them, into the nature, into the environment. And what happens? Then you pause and reflect at that point of time. You think as to, हमारा life जा कहाँ रहा है? What should we do? We should start something new of our own. अरे हम लोग अपना स्टार्टअप स्टार्ट करेंगे, मस्त मजा आएगा, ये करेंगे वो करेंगे, कमाएंगे. फिर क्या होता है? You get back to your job, you get back to college, you get back to the grinding, you get back to studying, and then life goes the same way. But you may take that extra step into being an entrepreneur. What happens? You want proof that somebody else has done the same thing. And the closer the proof, the more you will push yourself into going into that journey. Now, what I mean by saying closer the push is because if one of your friends has turned into an entrepreneur and if he or she is doing really pretty well in their lives, then you would feel like going ahead for it. Because what have we done in our lives? We've only compared ourselves to our friends, our family, and our peer group. That's it. So unless we have the proof that somebody else has done it, we would never do such a thing. Then what happens? Then there's a certain percentage of people who go into entrepreneurship. Then what happens? They fail once, they work really hard, they fail once, and they give up. Why? Because during our school days, nobody taught us how to fail. Nobody has taught us that it is okay to fail, and failure is only another way of not doing that particular thing. Nobody taught us that, right? Then what happens? You again get back to the grind, get back to your job, get back to your college, get back to your post graduation, get back to your normal lives. Then what do? Strive hard to achieve that ghar, gaadi, bangla wala vibe. So what have I written in this book? I've taken the example of a typical millennial individual who has gone through various phases of their lives. And where would you stand if you compare yourself to that individual? And what could you do about this in order to really do what you love doing? And for me, apart from work, whatever defines you is the person you are. And the sad part here is with the people relate themselves to the work that they're doing. Now keep your work part aside. What are you? Who are you? How will you be defined? For me, that is a major question which is really insightful and what I want you guys to think about it as well. Okay, now talking about the book that I've written, I'm making a huge announcement here. I am ready to give away the ebook for free, provided I want you guys to really, really think about this and really let me know that you are really interested in this particular book. Okay, so write down in the comment section or give me a DM. Let me know that you really want to read my book and you really want to make a difference. Okay, so I hope you love this video. I hope you have taken some insights from this video. If you really love this video, please ensure hit the like and subscribe button. And I'll come up with more videos every week. As you know it, I've made it a habit, and I hope I've made it a habit for you as well to just go through my videos. Until then, thank you. Bye bye. This is Nimish here, son of two lovely parents, brother of a beautiful independent woman. I'm an engineer turned MBA turned senior HR professional turned author and life coach. And my mission in life is to help people realize and achieve their true potential and be their best selves. Can you be your best self? Thank you. Bye bye. Until next week, next video. Thank you.